It's going to be a brutal summer with triple-digit heat, blazing sun, and the kind of car rides that feel like sitting in a toaster. But did you know one simple trick could make your AC blow air that's so cold it actually stings? Hi, I'm Mike Anderson from Garage IQ, and in this video, we're going to talk about 7 cheap and simple hacks that will make your AC work better than ever before. And stick around to the end, because we'll also cover some common AC mistakes a ton of people make. Let's get started. Number 1. Clean the AC condenser. If your AC is blowing warm air or just feels underwhelming, the AC condenser is the first place to check. The condenser is the unsung hero of your car's air conditioning system. It's usually mounted right in front of the radiator and looks like a smaller version of it. Its job is to release the heat absorbed from inside your car and convert the refrigerant back into a cool liquid. But here's the problem. Because it's so exposed, it's also a magnet for everything on the road. Bugs, leaves, dirt, sand, and even tiny rocks can get lodged into the fins over time, clogging it up like a dirty sponge. Once airflow through the condenser is blocked, heat can't escape properly. And that means your refrigerant stays hot, your compressor works harder, and your vents blow lukewarm air. Cleaning the condenser is simple, but it makes a big difference. Start by opening the hood and locating it, usually right behind the front grille. From there, grab a soft brush and gently sweep off loose debris. Next, rinse the surface with water, but don't blast it with a pressure washer. A garden hose with a light stream is enough. If you're dealing with stubborn grime or bug splatter, use a dedicated AC condenser cleaner or a gentle degreaser. Let it sit for a few minutes, then rinse again. It may not seem like a big deal, but clearing even a thin layer of junk from your condenser can make your AC cooler and take some stress off the compressor, extending the life of your system. Number 2. Clean the AC inlet area. Your car's AC can only cool what it breathes in. And if it's pulling in dirty, hot, restricted air from the outside, you're starting at a disadvantage. That's where the AC inlet area comes into play. It's typically located just below the windshield, right around where your wipers rest. This is the entry point for outside air that feeds your HVAC system, and it's often overlooked during regular maintenance. Now imagine that area after a few months of parking under trees or driving through dusty roads. Leaves, pollen, acorns, road dust, and even insects collect here like it's a hotel lobby. And once that debris piles up, it restricts airflow, forces your blower motor to work harder, and lets more junk get through to your cabin filter, or worse, directly into your vents if the filter's in bad shape. Cleaning the AC inlet is an easy fix with instant benefits. Start by popping your hood and looking along the plastic cowl area just beneath the windshield. You'll usually see a series of slotted vents. That's your intake. Begin by removing any visible debris by hand. You'd be surprised how much junk hides in there. After that, grab a vacuum with a crevice attachment or a can of compressed air and clean inside the vents. For a deeper clean, you can even lift the plastic cowl panel to access anything hidden underneath. Be gentle. You don't want to damage any clips or weather seals. By cleaning this one overlooked spot, you help your AC system breathe better, cool faster, and last longer, all while reducing strain on other components. Number 3. Use the recirculation button the right way. The recirculation button is that button with the little looping arrow on it, and it might just be one of the most misunderstood features on your dashboard. Most drivers either don't use it, or worse, use it at the wrong time. But when used properly, the recirculation button can drastically improve your AC performance. Here's how it works. Your car's HVAC system has 2 options for sourcing air. It can either pull in fresh air from outside or recirculate the air that's already inside the cabin. By default, a lot of systems start by drawing outside air. But think about what happens when it's 95 degrees out and your car's been baking in the sun. That fresh air is superheated, and your AC has to work overtime to cool it down. That's where recirculation comes in. When you press that button, your system closes off the outside vent and starts pulling air from inside the cabin. And since the air in your cabin has already been cooled, your AC doesn't have to work as hard to chill it again. It's like trying to keep a fridge cold. You wouldn't open the door every few seconds and let in warm air, right? Same logic here. Proper use of the recirculation feature doesn't just cool your cabin faster, it helps maintain that cool without extra stress on your AC compressor. That means better performance, less energy drain, and even better fuel economy in some vehicles. It's a tiny button, but a big player in staying cool. Number 4. Replace your cabin air filter. This is one of the biggest performance killers in any AC system, and one of the most neglected maintenance items on most vehicles. If your AC is blowing weak, musty smelling, or uneven air, the cabin air filter is one of the first things you should check. This filter sits between the outside air intake and your cabin vents, and its job is to trap dust, pollen, leaves, mold spores, and other airborne junk before it can get into your car. But over time, it becomes clogged, sometimes severely. In fact, some cabin filters look like they've been pulled out of a chimney when replaced after years of neglect. A dirty cabin filter restricts airflow through the entire HVAC system. The blower fan has to work harder, the system gets noisier, and the air coming through your vents feels weak even if the AC is working correctly. It's like breathing through a pillow. Technically possible, but not pleasant. So how do you check it? In most modern cars, the cabin air filter is behind the glove box. Open the glove box, empty it out, and gently press in the sides to let it drop down fully. You'll usually see a rectangular access panel right behind it. Pop that open, and you'll be able to slide the filter out. When you do, inspect it in daylight. If it's dark gray, covered in leaves or fuzz, or smells moldy, it's done. A brand new one is bright white and fresh smelling. The good news? A replacement filter costs around $10 to $20 and takes just 5 to 10 minutes to install. No tools needed in most cars. It's a simple process but saves you a lot of trouble. Number 5. Refill your Freon, if needed. Your car's AC system lives and dies by one thing, refrigerant, also known as Freon or R134A in most vehicles. It's the magic ingredient that absorbs heat from the air inside your cabin and releases it outside, making cold air possible. But over time, even in a perfectly healthy system, a little bit of refrigerant leaks out. It might be through microscopic cracks in rubber lines, aging seals, or simply the natural aging of components. And when the refrigerant level drops too low, your AC system can't cool properly, or in some cases it might not blow cold at all. If your AC used to blow ice cold and now just feels meh, especially when idling or on hot days, there's a good chance your Freon is low. That doesn't mean your system is broken, it's just struggling to do its job without enough refrigerant circulating through the compressor, condenser, and evaporator. Fortunately, this is one of the more straightforward problems to solve, at least in the early stages. You can pick up an AC recharge kit at most auto parts stores for around $30 to $50. These kits come with a canister of refrigerant, a pressure gauge, and a hose to connect it to your system. On most vehicles, the recharge port is located on the low-pressure line, often near the passenger side of the engine bay. With the engine running and the AC set to max cold, you attach the hose, read the gauge, and slowly add refrigerant until the pressure reaches the safe operating zone. Just don't overdo it. Too much Freon is just as bad as too little and can damage your compressor. Number 6. Check your coolant. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Your engine coolant plays a role in how well your AC works, especially on scorching hot days or during long drives. The connection isn't obvious, but it's critical. Your engine generates a ton of heat, and the coolant system's job is to move that heat away from the block and radiator. If the engine starts to run too hot, it can throw off the balance of the entire cooling system, including your air conditioning. The AC compressor is belt-driven off the engine, and as temperatures rise under the hood, pressure in the AC lines climbs too. If the engine is overheating or the coolant level is low, the compressor may cut off to protect itself, leaving you with nothing but warm air. Even worse, if coolant temperatures spike into the red, some vehicles automatically disable the AC to prevent damage to the motor. Checking your coolant level is easy and should only take a few minutes. Wait until the engine is completely cold, ideally in the morning, and locate the coolant reservoir. It's a translucent plastic tank usually marked with min and max. The fluid inside should be bright green, orange, or pink depending on the type, and sit somewhere between those two lines. If it's low, top it off with the correct mix, but don't mix types of coolant that can cause sludge and corrosion. Number 7. Inspect the cooling fan. Last but not least, let's talk about a part that sits right in front of your engine and doesn't always get the credit it deserves: the cooling fan. This isn't just for the engine, it also plays a huge role in keeping your AC system running strong. Here's why. When your car is moving, air flows through the radiator and condenser naturally, keeping everything cool. But when you're stopped in traffic, idling at a light, or crawling through a drive-thru, that airflow disappears. That's when the electric cooling fan kicks in, pulling air through the radiator and condenser to keep temps under control and help the AC do its job. If the fan isn't working properly, your AC might start off cold when you're moving, but turn warm the second you come to a stop. You might even hear the compressor click off, or worse, see your engine temperature gauge start to climb. And the thing is, a failing fan isn't always obvious, especially if you don't know when or how to check for it. To test it, start your car, turn the AC on full blast, and pop the hood. After a few minutes, the cooling fan should kick on. You'll hear it roar to life. If it doesn't, that's a red flag. The issue could be a blown fuse, a bad relay, a faulty temperature sensor, or a dead fan motor. Any of those problems will keep your condenser from staying cool, which in turn raises refrigerant pressure and causes the AC system to back off or shut down entirely. This isn't always a DIY fix, but diagnosing the fan operation is something anyone can do. If the fan is working fine but your AC still feels weak at idle, you're at least one step closer to narrowing things down. So now you've cleaned, topped off, replaced, and dialed in every piece of the puzzle. But there's one thing that can undo all that work, and it's the way most drivers actually use their AC. A lot of people think setting the AC to the lowest temp with the lowest fan speed will cool the car slowly and gently, saving wear and tear. But this is dead wrong. Doing this actually makes your system work harder, not smarter. Here's why. Low fan speed means low airflow, and when your evaporator doesn't get enough warm air over it, it can start to freeze up. Icy buildup restricts refrigerant flow, causes inconsistent cooling, and even damages the compressor over time. You'll notice weak, sputtering air, strange noises, or a system that starts cold and then suddenly goes warm. Instead, do this. When you first get in your hot car, roll the windows down for 30 seconds to flush the hottest air out. Then turn the AC to max cold and set the fan to high. Allow the system to run for a few minutes to fully stabilize and cool the cabin. Once it's comfortable, you can turn the fan down or adjust the temperature, but don't start low and slow. That's the fast lane to AC problems. So there you have it, 7 cheap fixes, 1 powerful hack, and a crucial mistake to avoid, all designed to keep your AC system running like a champ when the sun is at its worst. Do just a few of these and you'll feel a difference. Do all of them? You'll wonder how you ever survived the summer without them. Stay cool, literally,